Good evening. Happy to have you guys joining me on this live, and we're talking about financial freedom. It's in your grasp. The topic really is what's that you have in your hands. It's a play off of the story of Moses, who thought all he had was a simple staff, and what that staff was able to do. So I'm, for a short while, going to take you through some of the lessons that I've learned through experiences, tried and proven experiences, and hopefully share that with you, and perhaps you can get some nugget out of it. I contemplated whether or not I should have done this live because, truth be told, I'm not feeling my best this evening. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm not going to wait too long for too many people to join. I'm just going to begin to share some of the lessons that I've learned about creating your own opportunities and gaining financial freedom. And I'm speaking as somebody who has been unemployed, had been rather unemployed, who had been broke, who had been really dependent on handouts and other people assisting, until I recognized that everything that I needed for success in life and in finance was in my hands and within my grasp. And so I'm going to share some of those practical lessons with you, and hopefully you're able to glean something from that. The first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to take some time to create an asset map. Yeah, create an asset map. And what do I mean by asset map? You take time to document, write down all of your skills, whether or not you think that they're technical or hard skills or soft skills in terms of how you relate to others. Right, make a list of all of your skills. Then you're going to write down all of your experiences, right? And then all of the people in your network. Yeah. So your asset map consists of your skills, a list of your skills, a list of your experience, and a list of the people in your network. And let me just tell you that those are necessary to be able to leverage to create opportunities for yourself. When I started to put on workshops, and whether it was my individual workshops or individual coaching or doing corporate training, I gotten in by the friends that I had, the people who were in my network. So for example, when I started to do training for Private Security Regulatory Authority, it was a friend who opened the door for me. And since then, I've been a regular with PSRA. So make a list, and don't be afraid to share what your dreams are. Don't be afraid to share what is it you want to do with the people in your network. You never know who is connected to who, and they would create opportunities for you that you can leverage your skills, that you can leverage your expertise, and make opportunities for yourself. Then you're going to do a self-audit. What are your unique traits? What value do you offer? And that has to do with your values, that has to do with your personality, that has to do with your character traits. And how is it that you can leverage that? Because you see, there are so many people who would be more qualified than you on paper. There are so many people who would have more connections than you. But it is the value that you're able to offer in terms of character and credibility and integrity that is going to increase your influence and have people carry the message abroad about you. That is how you're going to establish your brand. So do a self-audit. And self-awareness is such a powerful, powerful tool about creating the kind of financial freedom that you want. Whether it is that you're going to create your own opportunities or you're going to search for employment, it's important to know who you are. One of the most frequently asked questions on an interview is, tell me something about who you are. Yeah? And that is a question that very often people stumble on. People shift and buckle and and I can't tell you how many interviews I have sat in on and heard almost everybody you ask, they're going to tell you about their jovial and oh gosh, that is so cliche. When you're asked to do a self-audit, you're talking about what your core values are, what your character traits are, what are the principles that you live by. And that really says something about you. It says about the quality of work that you're able to deliver, and people are going to take a chance on you and create opportunities for you if you're not creating your own. Then another thing that you want to do is to do your own SWOT analysis. Very often we think that is only for companies and businesses. Well, you are the CEO of your life. You are the managing director of your life, and you run the business of you. So you ought to be able to create a list of your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities that are out there for you to grasp based on your passions, based on your strengths, based on your training, based on your experience, based on your ability to perform the job. And then you would want to look at what are the threats, what are those things that may prevent you from grasping those opportunities, and to be able to create a plan for how you're going to navigate yourself around that. Then you want to create what I call a roadmap for how you would get there. And when I talk about roadmap now, I'm talking about writing a vision for your life. Write down the vision. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to look like? Then, having written your vision and being very certain and clear about your vision, you are going to write goals that will help you to achieve that vision. And the goals are to be SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, because they have to be relevant to the vision that you have crafted for your life, and time bound. So if you do not have a timeline on the goal, it is a wish. It is not a goal. It is a wish. You have to put a timeline on it, especially if you are going to hack your mind to beat that demon called procrastination. So you set SMART goals, and then you break those SMART goals down into what I have coined EATS, and it's EATS. And EATS is an acronym that means easily achievable task. When you break it down, each goal, into easily achievable tasks, then the goals do not seem as monumental and as difficult to pursue, to take on, and to achieve. So break down each goal into small tasks and work every day at accomplishing those goals. Now, I have tried that in my own life, and I have clients, some who may show up on this live and who perhaps can write below in the comment section, who I have taken through this process and have seen the remarkable results that have come out of just following this. And they never recognized that they had all of this within them. Many had been sitting down waiting on the opportunity, waiting on some door or fairy godmother to come but having recognized that everything that they need to create the kind of financial success that they need lies on the inside of them, they've been able to go on to do really, really, really tremendous things. And I'm very, very, very proud of them. Hopefully they're going to sound off in the comment section below. So when I talk about what's that you have in your hand, I want you to really consider all of the value that you bring. Let's start, your skills, your experience, and your network. Let me just share something personal. The very first workshop that I thought about, that I envisioned, I told my best friend Avril, I said, Avril, this is what I want to do. And she says, okay, great, you have the skill to do it, I am going to help. And she drew on everybody in her network. That is how I sold tickets and was able to create a brand in conducting those kinds of workshops. For my book launch, I said, this is what I want to do. And just like that, she said, okay, paid a plane, came down, we printed tickets, and we had quite a successful book launch. So know that your network is closely associated with your net worth. And that is not just a cliche. So look at the people who are in your circle and be willing to open up and share with them what is it that you have as your vision. Then you do the self-audit, your unique traits, your characteristics, the core beliefs that you have that really offers value to others, and others would pay you for that value that you offer. Then you sit and you do your SWOT analysis, your personal SWOT analysis, and then you create a roadmap for your success. I've created a template for a log frame that we use in project management, and it's almost like you treat your life as a project and you manage that, and you see all of those things come to fruition. So you create your roadmap, which includes your vision, your goals. Then when you set those goals, you break those goals down into EATs. And remember, EATs, E-A-T-S, means easily achievable tasks. So break each goal down into EATs, and then you, after having broken down those into EATs, you start the work. Now, having a plan without work won't get you anywhere anytime soon. So you have to commit to yourself, and you have to take your commitment to yourself very seriously. And that is what I do with my a course that I offer called Torque. And if you know anything about physics and what torque is, it's really a rotational force that is meant to turn your life around. And these are principles that I've applied to my own life. I really wish that I could have stayed with you longer. I'm sorry if this feels rushed, but because I made a commitment with you, I decided to come online and to share some of these small tips to help you to unlock your potential to create the kind of financial opportunities for yourself that you deserve, and to create the life that you want. So hope you are able to glean something from this. If you did, feel free to share this video and to comment below. Thank you for joining me, and see you next time. Bye-bye.